Hello, welcome to another Rocketblocks Devlog. You can see right away that I'm recording this a little bit differently than I usually do because I actually have to show on the tablet what I have done recently. And obviously it's been a while since I've done one of these, and I feel like I'm saying that every time I do one of these. But I've primarily been in just not in the fun part of implementing new features. I've just been trying to deal with my performance and some other stuff. But I finally decided to buckle down and actually start implementing Google Play Game Services. So that's what today's devlog is all about. So I'm recording this using HDMI out from my Nook HD Plus, and then just recording it with my camera, which is why it looks the way it looks. So, oh yeah, also a new thing, title screen, which unfortunately, it does. I do have an alternative. Oh, hey, it does. And you can see it turned sideways just now because that's the way they HDMI out. But yeah, I've got both versions, so you'll just have to have turned your head back then, or just then. And then I made changes to the menus. Like I said in the last part, I wanted to do the thing where I was going to swap through the way that I did the gravities, and that works a lot better, I think. I also had a bit of a struggle. Initially I was putting everything in that bottom third right there, and then I realized I'm going to need to add more options, and then I figured out that there was a thing called GUI layout in Unity, and nobody had told me, and I figured that out, and then had to add the secondary background image so it swaps between the title screen and then just the blank background for the options. And the other thing that you can sort of tell, hopefully it shows up on the camera, is that since I'm using a bit of a blur on that black background there, it actually goes into focus when on the options, which is kind of cool. And part of me almost wishes I could wants to swap that background depending on which planet is selected, but that would end up, I would have to have so many black background images, and I'm already pushing 30 megs for the APK size, and I don't want to have a whole ton of new backgrounds, especially because I need 2 backgrounds for each one, and that's, yeah, it's about a minimum of like 15 megs right now for high def backgrounds for all of those, which I might have to size them down or compress them even more, which I don't really want to do. But anyway, we're not here for that. We're here for... Oh, hey. Hang on. It didn't actually bring up the actual login thing, so that's an interesting thing. Play Games login. Here we go. Google Play Games login. Da-da-da-da. That just logged me in. And there are leaderboards. Ta-da! Okay, admittedly, I'm going to do a thing where it'll actually pull up the leaderboard that you have selected, and there's a different leaderboard for each planet, which is obvious. And at post right here, I've posted on the Earth leaderboard just to make sure that this works. But I'm now going to go... Whoops. Let's not do Saturn, let's do Jupiter. There we go. Yeah, the other thing that's weird about the gravities, and I discovered this in some astronomy nerd I didn't know this, but yeah, when I went through Wikipedia, it's like the gravity is set by surface gravity, and the thing is, since Jupiter's surface is actually the top of its atmosphere, the way we measure it, Jupiter's surface gravity is only a little bit over 2 times Earth gravity, which seems weird, but I was able to tweak some I had a thing going before when I had the slider for the gravity, where there was for every 1g over 1 gravity that you went into, it would do a 25% increase on the amount of thrust, and I don't have to do that anymore since Jupiter's gravity is not as high as I thought it would be. But here we go, I can just jump into time attack right now. Do force box. I could just try to play this for realsies, but I don't know if I want to take that amount of time. Yeah, Jupiter's actually, it gets pretty hard, and the higher gravities I really do need. There is there are a couple of special blocks that I need to implement, and one of them, why did I do that? I also need to fix that bug. If you just saw that when a block just moved and I didn't intend to move it, but it's hard to tell what I intend to do because you can't see my fingers. But yeah, there's a couple special blocks that I want to implement that I still need to. One of them is the fuel tank block that will do like a chain reaction where it connects to every single black block that is that it touches one black block, and then if that black block isn't touching any other black blocks, then it links to that black block, and it basically goes through all of them. So if you've got a whole mess of black blocks, then you'll get like a huge, and it'll just resets their boost back to the full 3 seconds, so then they would all take off at once. And I need to figure out the logic for that one because I don't want it cyclically going through a bunch of blocks, because that would cause an infinite loop, which would not be a good thing. And then the other special block, which might be a little bit easier for me to implement, is one that I am tentatively calling the space whale. And what happens there is that a space whale falls down. A space whale, I know sometimes I don't enunciate very well, and it has 3 times the mass of every other block. But once it lands, if you can launch it back up, then it'll fall back down again, but this time when it hits, it'll explode and destroy all the blocks on the screen and also give you like 2,000 points. And that one seems like it might be a little bit easier to figure out, but we'll see. Okay. I'm just going to do one more rocket launch, get my score up a little bit higher. And then I'll just kill myself. Force box. Whoa, see that's not supposed to happen right there. I need to figure out why that's happening. I should probably just do a blanket turn off. I'm pretty sure I know what's happening. Is it's for some reason the not active is not evaluating when I lift my finger up, so then when I hit the move and press the button, it reads it as being in a different position and moves the block, tries to move the block to that position, and that's something I got to address. There we go, game over. And then that should have that'll post to the leaderboard. Leaderboards. And that was Jupiter. Ta-da! 280 points! Posted on the leaderboard by me, because I'm the best, and I'm the only person who can play the game right now. But yeah, it's really, I'm happy about this, because this is the big thing that I had to, one of the big things that I had to implement. The other thing is, I will log out of Google Games right now, and I'll just talk over the title screen. Now, the other thing that I need to implement is the ads, which I know, ads, but I don't want to. I've been pretty upfront about this being a really just transparent clone of Meteos, and I don't want to charge money for it, and I don't want to have in-app purchases for it, but I do want to make some money out of it, so ads seems like the best thing. And I'm not sure how the best implementation, because I mean, Flappy Bird made tons and tons of money on ads basically because it was like you died every 2 seconds playing 2 to 10 seconds playing Flappy Bird, and then it would pop up an ad on the restart screen, and since due to the nature of its gameplay, you would go back and restart over and over and over again, and so we get a lot of ad views, rack up the ad views really fast. But this like on Earth gravity, you can play for about 20-25 minutes before you die. On Moon gravity, you can, as far as I can tell, you can play nearly infinitely if you don't run into any bugs. So, and there is a bug that happens occasionally where some cubes intersect up in space, and then no cubes can fall down, and I need to get some sort of conditional in where if that happens, if a cube gets stuck at a certain height, then it'll destroy itself after a certain amount of time. And that's a big bug. But then I'm figuring ads in here's my finger, in the upper corner here seems like the best spot for them, and in the upper corner, or will this turn sideways? Or yeah, what is the upper corner when playing in portrait mode. So an add somewhere there. Yep, and my thing just got disconnected. Yeah, it's a little loose. Okay. Other UI stuff I think I'm gonna drop the fingers. There we go. Drop the little option button up there and actually create a pause button in the lower corner. And then I need to do some cleanup with I actually want to replace the default button graphics with some custom ones that I'm going to try to figure out how to make. But anyway, Google Play Games, leaderboards are in. I have to add achievements, which I hate because achievements are terrible and they suck and I don't like them. But you're required to have a minimum of 5 achievements in order to use Google Play Game Services, so I gotta add achievements, and so they're gonna be something cheesy, like you launched something successfully into space, and you got 100 points, and you got 200 points, and 300 points, and 400 points, and that's it. But yeah, I don't know. I'll figure something out with those, because I just really don't like achievements. Achievements are such a silly thing. But so yeah, that's what's going on with Rocket Blocks. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share, tell your friends that eventually Rocket Blocks will be playable and they can play it and it'll be fun. And I know I've only got the time attack mode right now, but now that I've got initial Google Play Game Services set up, I think I will eventually hopefully be able to figure out real-time multiplayer if I can figure out the UI for that in portrait mode, because that's going to be really hard to figure out. But that's it. This is it. So thank you and have a nice night.